Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect, starting with the 144,000 governing body of the nation of Yasha Allah and the men, the women, the children, the true believers in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. May he have mercy on you in these last days. It's your brother Amnawa Allah coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing to be edifying. Kind of laying back him off the lesson I did yesterday when I spoke on what are you doing with your grace period. So today I want to bring out precepts around what you should be doing to balance it out, and Lord willing to give some inspiration to a newcomer, and first and foremost to keep myself in the spirit, because I too have to stay occupied in this word. And so therefore I got a couple of precepts I'm going to bring out, and I took advantage of the spirit. And I woke up this morning and the spirit gave me 2 lessons, and that's beautiful, because you want to do lessons that are not for gain, or what's the word, they're not for popularity or anything like that. Literally just to stay in the spirit and to help the spirit keep going, and to, Lord willing, help a brother or a sister, whoever you may be out there. All right. So the first precept I got is Revelations 1 and 3. Blessed is he that readeth. Stop right there. You see how niggas always say, oh, I'm blessed because I got this, blessed because I got that. The Lord said, blessed is he that readeth. You see, read what? This Bible. That's who is blessed. If you're not getting any type of reading done throughout your day, throughout your week, whether it be a chapter, 2 chapters, or just going through precepts and looking up meaning of words, then that's the meaning of, kind of like wasting your grace period, where there is so much going on. And the mind, I was listening to a lesson by the elder Damashipat, an excellent teacher, and he was going into how the scriptures are healing. And if you're having a bad day, just sometimes reading the Bible can bring you into a very comfortable place. You got to be comfortable with the things that are written in here, and you must believe. And that's from the Lord. That's a gift from the Lord. And the Lord's name is Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Yahweh, he is. Okay? He exists. Yahushai, he is the deliverer. The deliverer from what? The destruction of America. All right? Hello. Shalom, shalom, shalom to the people on the comment board. Shalom. It says, Revelations 1 and 3 again. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy. What prophecy? All the prophecies that are going throughout these scriptures. Okay? We got the prophecy of World War III that's on the brink. Okay? We got the prophecy of Jacob's trouble that is pretty much started. And we got the prophecy of the MOTB. And for those of you on the comment board, if you don't know what the MOTB is, it's the mark of the beast. Okay? There's going to be a time where you're going to be subjected to putting a chip in you in order for you to buy and sell. The Bible teaches us not to do that, because if you do, you surely will suffer, okay? And you will not be a part of the kingdom of heaven to come. And first and foremost, you have to be an Israelite to even consider that you would be a part of the kingdom of heaven to come. When I talk about the kingdom of heaven to come, I'm talking about rulership. Okay, I'm talking about living in righteousness, where you will no longer sin. Okay, That's the kingdom of heaven that's coming. And it's going to be right here on earth. But before that, we have prophecies that have to be fulfilled. And I just named three. I'm going to name them again. And not in order. World War III, the mark of the beast, and Jacob's trouble. And all of it is fast approaching. So it would behoove you, if you're an Israelite, a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, or an Israelite foreigner, meaning you may look Chinese or Japanese, okay, or in India or in Africa, but you resonate with the name Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, okay, and you can receive this message, then you're more than likely an Israelite, and you too should be reading the Bible, listening to lessons. It says, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things. What things? The laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. The things that you are learning out this Bible, you practice them. You apply them to your daily living. It says, and keep those things which are written thereof, for the time is at hand. What time? The time of the destruction of America. The time of the turning of the tables are coming, where the rulers of this world shall no longer be in rulership, and the new rulers are coming into place. The so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, who are the Israelites, starting with the elect, because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is dealing with the elect only. Shalom, shalom, Zaquan. That's who we're talking about. So when I say that you should really think about, if you were able to watch a video that I did yesterday when I talked about what are you doing with your grace period, I'm going to give you some pointers on what you should be doing with your grace period. Okay, this is the next precept. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 14. It says, of these things put them in remembrance, charging them before the Lord that they strive not about words to no profit, but to the subverting of the hearers. Study to show thyself approved. Study. Study, study, study. Study what? You can watch a video, take down the precepts, and go back and review them. Rest assured, when the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is dealing with you, you're going to want to study. The Spirit is going to move you to study. Why? Because your salvation is at hand. Okay? It is nearer than ever before. And the people of this world, they don't understand that. They're in gross darkness. This is why when the men of the Lord get close to what you call the so-called holidays, they're going to be studying. They're going to be meditating on the name Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, right? They're going to be looking at the people of the world destroy themselves. Why? How? Because if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, if you haven't heard, the Lord ain't dealing with no damn Thanksgiving. He's not dealing with no Christmas. He's not dealing with Black Friday. He's not dealing with New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and so forth and so forth. What he is dealing with, his high holy days. And if you don't, what did I just read? He that readeth is blessed. Revelations 1. Let me go back and read it again. Revelations 1 and 3 again. Blessed is he that readeth. You see, you will be blessed because you know his high holy days. Where are the high holy days at? Leviticus chapter 23. Boom, I just gave you a precept. Go read that. And you'll see the days that the Lord commanded his people to observe forever. All right. It is a statute, a commandment that we must do with our children forever. All right. It don't end. It was never no goddamn Christmas. It was never no Thanksgiving or none of that. All right. Let me go back to that 2 Timothy again. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed. Why? Because ain't nobody gonna be able to come and tell you, oh, all the nations getting into the kingdom, and then you're a person that actually believes, okay, that they're not, but because you ain't studied, You don't know how to prove it. Or even worse, you're ashamed that the Lord has got these other nations marked for destruction and slavery and only chose one group of people. Okay? And I'm going to prove that real quick. Just to show you what I mean, he only chose one group of people. This is Deuteronomy. This is the go-to. 1 second. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6. For thou art an holy people. Who is that? You so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans. You are ashamed that the Lord has chosen you. How idiocy is that? To be ashamed of the Creator's chosen people, right? Do you know this is a scripture that I will go to whenever a person comes to me and say all the nations is getting into the kingdom? I'm going to go right here. Let me read it. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord. What Lord? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Not Buddha, not Allah, not Yeshua, not Yahuwah, not Yahweh. Okay? Those names don't have no power. Those names don't instill fear. That's another reason why blessed is he that readeth. Because once you understand the power behind the name, you can eliminate all those other names because you know they don't have no weight. Not Jesus neither. All right? It says, Deuteronomy 7 and 6, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord, Yahweh, thy power. The Lord, thy power, has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. That's separation. That's owning something. We're a possession to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, not the other nations. It says, Salaki, it says, he have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. See, so now I ain't ashamed because I know where to go to. You ain't gonna come up to me and tell me all these other nations getting into the kingdom, they're gonna have a spot on a chariot when the chariot comes to deliver the elect. Hell no. The Lord said he got a special people, and within this special people, it's an elect. All right. And that's who the Lord is dealing with. So I had to bring that out because that scripture, you know, in this 2 Timothy chapter 2 and 15, it says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth. This is why you want to be studying and taking advantage of this grace period. Don't be like the people of the world. They're going to use, and I'm talking about Israelites. I ain't talking about the other nations, because them the only people that the Lord gave the law, statutes, and commandments to. All right. If they're going to waste their grace period with the thought that Jesus, I even hate saying that name, but this is for edification, that Jesus died so that you can keep sinning, so that you can keep committing abominations, that in itself is a foolish thought, and the Lord takes foolish thoughts as iniquity. All right, your son goes on a tree and dies for his people, and they take advantage of that, or they believe because of this wicked ass kingdom that you can just go on eating abominable foods, having abominable relationships. You know what I mean? Man on man, woman on woman. All right, this kingdom glorifies abominable relationships. All right, your whole government is full of abominable relationships. Your government supports abominable relationships. We want a government ruled by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai where ain't no abominable, nothing gonna be going on. Only righteousness and judgment. You see? It says, verse 16, but shun profane and vain babblings, talking shit, don't know what you're talking about, or even worse, you speaking on things from your heart without reading, studying, and finding the right teachers. And let me tell you who the right teachers are, in case you don't know. They are elders and apostles of Great Millstone, starting with the elder apostle Tahar on down. And then we got our elders and our brethren in the camps, leading the flock, setting the example. I'm speaking to you men right now. You see, if you're a man and you can understand these scriptures and you're bullshitting with your grace period, the Lord's going to kill you. Plain and simple. All right. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 12. It says, and we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord and admonish you. Talking about our leaders. All right. Our elders and apostles have been laboring for decades. And here we are here today. We're at the end. All prophecies are being fulfilled, right? We're seeing day in and day out. You cannot rest without waking up and seeing something on the news that can be filtered through the scriptures. To be a watchman and let the people know. And when we say watchman, that's all we're here to do. We're not here to be your friend. We're not here to entertain you. We're not here to make friends with you. The Lord said, the Lord said, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, right? The apostles tell you when he shares something with you to go look it up yourself. Our leaders, our heads of our camps, they apply the same thing. We're in order. Under Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we're in order, right? And to be in order is how things move swiftly. Okay, when you're in order, you're learning at a very high capacity. Okay, and you take this truth, life or death, because that's what it is. While a lot of you, again, you don't understand the world that is coming. You're happy with this world. I want the world to come. I hate it here. I know this is not my rest. I know I don't have any power. Okay. So what is it that I need to hold on to? Nothing. All I need to do is stay occupied in these scriptures, right? And take advantage of my grace period, right? Keep the laws and statutes to the best of my ability, and above all, glorify the name Yahweh Bashim Yahushua in truth and sincerity every single day. A brother in one of my heads in the camp, he said, every morning you wake up, the brother Rayad, love that brother. Every morning you wake up, you should be striving to please Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Fuck your family, fuck your wife, fuck your children. What I mean by that doesn't mean you don't love them or nothing, but they come last. Because if you ain't doing what you got to do, they don't have no opportunity at all. The man in the house is gonna cover that. You're the Lord of your house. So the brother said you should wake up every morning to please Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because he don't give a shit about your feelings. Why would he? He already gave you something that's worth more than gold. This word, right? This brotherhood, right? Learning, becoming acquainted with Yahweh Shai, so that we can get into good graces with Yahweh. You're not doing shit if you think you got dipped in water and then you can just call on JC all day, or you going to a mosque, or you thinking to your own understanding. No, the Lord ain't dealing with that. He got you in a trick bag. He gave you over to Satan. You see? I did a lesson a couple of days ago. The God of this world is Satan. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua coming back to destroy this, man. And this is the time. When you own a home and you fall behind on your mortgage, I know, I've been there. You get what they call a grace period to catch up. So if you don't fucking get your money right, get yourself disciplined, look at your finances to see what happened. Why can't I pay this fucking mortgage? Even though it's a joke, but it is what it is. What happens? You didn't take advantage of your grace period. So now you're getting fucking evicted. Your house is going into foreclosure. On the flip side, if you do right and you figure out, I gotta get a second job, we ain't spending none of this shit no more because you want a roof over your head, right? You do what you need to do if it's in righteousness, and you get it right. And I'm a witness to that. I took advantage of my grace period during 2013 when I almost lost my house, right? I got my money together. I ain't go out and do nothing wicked neither. I just suffered and saved and did the things that's required under that grace period. Well, how much more for the Lord, man? When he went on a tree for us, when he died for us, so his father Yahweh don't put us to death, right? So now what? You supposed to be doing things to put yourself in a situation to grow in this grace period. So when the Lord come back, he can see works being done. It says, 1 Thessalonians 5:13, and esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake, and be at peace among yourselves. Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly, comfort the feeble-minded, support the weak, and be patient toward all men. Those are all attributes of a righteous leader, a righteous teacher. Okay? But at the same time, if you're doing these things, you are literally taking advantage of your grace period. You are not burning and wasting it. The days are flying by. All right? You wake up in the morning, it be dark, and before you know it, it's fucking dark again. But you know what ain't stopping? Wickedness ain't stopping, and the day of the Lord ain't stopping. So what are you going to do? Are you going to be participating in wickedness and never know the judgments of the Lord? Or are you going to settle down, all right, and apply yourself and get involved with this ministry? And I'm talking about the ministry of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And I say this, I speak as a man, but now I can say it in the spirit. Great Millstone and our affiliates are the true leaders. All right, our elders and apostles, our elder brothers are the true leaders of Israel. When I say of Israel, I'm talking about when it comes to glorify and pushing the name Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Ain't nobody else doing it. Nobody else is telling you to take advantage of your grace period. They're telling you, okay, we can build a community here. We can start selling this under the name of righteousness. The Lord ain't looking for none. He ain't looking for no fucking entertainers. He ain't looking for none of that. He want men, right, pushing this word and laying the groundwork for our Lord Yahushua to come and deliver us and destroy the rest of you all if you ain't with it. It's as simple as that. It says, 1 Thessalonians 5:15, see that none render evil for evil unto men. Meaning, when you dealing with a brother and things ain't right, you don't give evil because he giving you evil. You go back to these scriptures and you let the Lord handle it, right? This is a part of this grace period, because the scriptures clearly tell you, your brother gonna have an evil eye towards you. And you can see that even in the truth. That's why there ain't no fucking unity camps. If you ain't under Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, then you ain't unified with us. You're not. Your unity is of the world. Because of the world, it tells you let us all come together. But the Lord is about the vision. See, you wouldn't know that if you're not in these scriptures, then you wouldn't know that. You would listen to some damn Christian tell you God is love. He said we all come together as one big family. Hell no. I just read you Deuteronomy 7:6. That tells you right there he ain't about unity. Somebody he ain't dealing with, and some people he is. He loves some of us and he hates some of us. You know who he loved? This how you know he love you. Because if you're an Israelite and you understand he gave the law, statutes, and commandments to his people, right? That's how you know he love you. It's as simple as that. Because the law, statutes, and commandments separate you from the other nations. Then you won't be a Mo, right? You won't be a coveter. You won't commit adultery against your brethren. But in this world, in this kingdom, that shit is accepted. That's how you know Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is dealing with the elect. The elect are practicing these things. They're taking advantage of their grace period. You see, it says, Thessalonians 5:15 again. See that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves unto all men. All right. It says, rejoice evermore. This is another right here, a part of your grace. Pray without ceasing. You should be praying as much as you can. Whether you know the Hebrew or you just know it in English, you should be throwing up prayers, asking Yahweh Shemeshah to forgive you for your wicked ways and wicked thoughts, right? Until you get out of this flesh, you're going to always have wicked thoughts, okay? You're going to always make mistakes in the eyes of the Lord. But it's effort, and that's a beautiful thing. A lot of people don't even understand that Yahweh Shemeshah is actually helping you by pushing you in the spirit to make effort towards this, man. Not to be lazy. See, these other Israelite groups, they don't have that spirit. They want to be here, like they want to be an Israelite in a what's the word? An abominable kingdom forever. Like that shit don't even make sense to me. Like for real. Who want to be here and think you're going to be able to keep the law, statutes, and commandments and please the Lord? That shit is fucking insane. You're not. You gotta be delivered. We have to be taken out of here. But the effort, Judges 5:11, practicing the righteous acts will keep you. What I mean by keep you safe. How? In the spirit, because you're occupied in the scriptures. It says, and that's what praying does for you. Reading, praying, being brotherly, teaching the word, learning the word. It says, here we go. In everything give thanks, whether your day is going good, because once again, blessed is he that readeth. Why? Because you know the Lord will send, he will put you through trials in order to test you. You don't just get this word and get the understanding and not think you're going to be tested. It's rightfully so. When somebody turns their back on you after you giving them the world, and then you allow them to come back, are you just going to open the door and let them in? No, you got to test them, man. You got to make sure they're worthy. And how does the Lord do that? He puts us through personal trials to see if we will really throw in a towel when the going get tough, or will we just overcome and know it's something better coming from this sacrifice that I had to go through. And you rejoice in it. You say the water Yahweh Shai, I'm having a rough day, but the Lord is with me. You say the water Yahweh Shai, man, the Lord blessed me today. I'm having a good day. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the scripture said it right here. It says, in everything give thanks, for this will, Salaki, for this is the will of the Most High in Yahweh Shah concerning you. You see, that's the will of the Lord for you to give thanks in everything. So you wake your ass up in the morning and you don't pray, shame on you. You go throughout the whole day and you don't give thanks, as if you're the one that make you walk around and not nothing happen to you or your children or your family. And you can't give thanks to JC. That ain't giving thanks. That's an idol. All right. You can't give thanks to Allah and Buddha. Those are idols. If you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, you can only give thanks and it will be received through Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. That's it. It says, quench not the spirit, despise not prophesying. Prove all things and hold fast that which is good. Prove all things. It goes back to being a workman, right? Not being ashamed. You should not be ashamed of anything that's in this Bible and anything that the Lord said he gonna do. All right. It says, and last, 1 Thessalonians 5:22, abstain from all appearances of evil. So To abstain from something, it means to avoid it, to think about what's going on in your life that may be evil and do away with it. These are all things that you're supposed to be doing during your grace period, man. And every day ain't gonna be perfect. As a matter of fact, it's never gonna be perfect. It's the effort, it's offending less, it's being humble, okay? And it's doing the things that I'm reading to you right now. Got a few more, then I'm gonna close out. And this is important right here. This is Ephesians. Let me see what I'm gonna start. Yeah, I'm gonna start at verse 7. Ephesians 5 and 7. Be ye not therefore let no man deceive you. Yeah, let me start at verse 6. Ephesians 5 and 6. Let no man deceive you with vain words, worthless words. Man, we can start our own business, man, and blow up. We can do this. We can do that. We can get us a farm. We can invest in Bitcoin and grow our money. None of that shit is gonna work. Want to know why? Because Yahweh Bashim Yahshua about to destroy this place. It's through here. If you believe that you can make it here in America when the whole world is looking at what's going on in the news and this corrupt, defiled, freaky ass government, you crazy. The Lord, I just did a lesson like literally 3 hours ago. Scopeo. That's the Greek word for mark. And it means to what? To put your eye on something, to pay attention to it. The Lord has got this place marked for judgment, man. And I don't want to be all part of it. So I am going to do my best to abstain from evil. If I ain't with my brethren, my Akim, men who think like me and I think like them, I'm going to be at the crib. Occupied doing lessons, working with my son. And hey, that's it, bro. You know, try to get fit around this bad boy, working on my health. Outside of that, I don't want no dealings with this kingdom. And I wish I just don't. I really do hate it here. It says, let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of the Most High upon the children of disobedience. The wrath of the Most High come on the children of disobedience. That's you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. Vain means worthless. Most of us, if you're not speaking the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, those are vain words. Everything is spiritual with me now. I wasn't like this 2 years ago. And I'm thankful that the Lord is blessing me with this knowledge. I'm thankful to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh that he put me under men that can be my sons. All right? And I'm an older man. I got brothers that lead me that are twice as young as me. But in the spirit, they are elders, bro, and I respect them so much because they had to endure their flesh for the last decade when the world was fine, everything was dandy, and they turned away. So you got to respect that. That is true faithfulness, you know. That and that motivates me. That gives me hope. All right, I don't want to be around no fucking slackers or niggas that don't believe or having hope in this place. I hate to hear people talking about what their future gonna be like in the next 10 years. It's gonna be doom and gloom around here if we hear another 10 years. You ain't gonna have shit. The damn devil told you won't own nothing to be happy. What's that all about? No, I don't want that shit, man. It says, be ye not partakers with them. Be ye not partakers with non-believers, people who got hope in this kingdom. Okay? It says, for ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of the light. And Yahweh Shah is the light. So we're supposed to walk after his way to the best of our ability and do away with the darkness. That could mean you not having fellowship with your family no more. It is what it is. It could mean losing your woman, your children. But the end result is going to be so beautiful, so magnificent, so glorious, okay, that it's worth it. And at the end of the day, what is here to hold on to? Nothing. It says, verse 9, for the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord. There it is again, right? I'm fruit of the man that I've been watching for the last few years. And the Spirit compelled me to come out and meet them and introduce myself. Why? Because I knew in the Spirit when I was watching the elders and the Akim of Great Millstone out on the highways teaching and glorifying the name Yahweh Shem Shai. I said, I have to do this. Lord, give me the confidence to go out here and be amongst men that I know are well equipped with these scriptures, that I don't go out and make a fool of myself, that I show them that I'm one of them. And that's the Spirit, because here it is, a year later, I'm one of them. So I had to be that man in my past life and call Halayim Yahweh Shem Shai. I hate it here. So it was nothing but for me to do, but go do that. And that's a part of taking advantage of your grace period. The Lord gonna direct your steps. And he couldn't have done a better job with me. I'm so thankful, you know, and I know it's much more works to be done. This isn't it, but I know we're at the end also. So why would I just waste my time with my grace period? Why not really put an effort forward to the best of my ability? It says, have no fellowship with unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. See, when we do these videos, we're taking advantage of our grace period. When we do these videos, we're reproving unfruitful works. What are unfruitful works? The shit that's going on in this world. Just something simple as getting ready for the holidays. I'm going to talk about it year after year, Lord willing, till he end this shit. Real talk. I get tired of it. You niggas, you lost your steps and you was suffering for a split second. And then as soon as you found out that it was coming back, did you give thanks to Yahweh Shem Shai? No. You thanked yourself, you thanked the idol, JC, and then now you about to take that money, right? And you're going to go buy abominable foods and do abominable acts. Not knowing the terror of the Lord, you just created more iniquity for yourself when you could have repented and turned back. It says, verse 12, for it is a shame even to speak on those things which are done of them in secret. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by light. Again, Yahweh Shai is the light. Made manifest, brought to the light, right? Made known. All the wickedness is being made known. Every time we do a video, it is being made known the wickedness of this kingdom, man. Whether it's the nigger woman, whether it's you wicked ass Jakes, whether it's the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, all right, or anybody in the other nations, okay? And it even applies to our own brethren who say they in the truth and they out here for entertainment or to gain filthy lucre. They're not doing this in sincerity to be delivered. The Lord said, feed my sheep. Feed them with what? The 100% truth. Tell them, hey, if you don't repent and get right with the Lord and start walking his way, you're going to die. You see? Ain't nobody saying it but the men of Great Millstone or our affiliates. It says, verse 13, I'm going to read it again. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whosoever doeth make manifest is light. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee the light. See that? And the light is this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding. Awake. Once you awake, he could put your ass back to sleep. And I ain't talking about in the grave. I'm talking about going back to being the nigga you was. I'm talking about going back to doing the things that doesn't please him. You got to remember, until you were allowed to wake up to this truth, you were a beast to the Heavenly Father and His Son. You were just like the heathen, less than nothing. And these Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, they don't understand that. Like, this is serious business, and time is of an essence. It says, see then, verse 15. See then, Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, right? Not as fools, but as wise. What circumspectly mean? Paying attention to your surroundings. Not letting doctrines of devils and false teachings overtake you. We got our leaders, okay? We got our heads, all right? So there is no excuse, especially men who are walking in with the men of Great Millstone or our affiliates. You can see, like, it's a totally different vibration. It says, this is the last precept. It says, Ephesians 5 and 16, redeeming the time. That's like, man, bro, man, if you really think about how fast time is going, if you think about what the Lord is doing to the earth right now, see, again, blessed is he that readeth. And from that, he opens your eyes through the elders and our apostles and our teachers to show you exactly what's going on. Meanwhile, everybody else, they cut the TV on. They want to see what happened with the gambling operation that's going on in the NBA. All right. They're worried about what rapper gonna do this, verses and shit like that. Man, fuck all that shit. I really don't even watch TV like that. I really like to listen to lessons like as much as I can, because it feeds my spirit, especially when I'm having a rough day or I feel bad because I didn't read enough, I didn't exercise, maybe I didn't do something for the Lord. That's the least I can do, is listen to another brother and get me back right. It get me back right. Okay? So we're talking about redeeming the time. That goes hand in hand with man, taking advantage of this grace period. Boy, so many people are going to, just like the days of Noah, when the ark closed, that's when niggas realize, oh, we fucked up. We really wasted our time, our grace period. We really wasted this. Now we gotta drown. But this time, it's gonna be, oh, we fucked up. Those men were right. I should have took advantage. What's going on? And before you know it, you're gonna start feeling that fire and you're gonna be melting like a candle. It says, Ephesians 5 and 16 again, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. When you go into that word evil in the Hebrew, it means ra. What does that mean? Anguish, pain, right? Suffering, calamities. You're seeing evil all over this earth right now. And the only thing people can think about is some fucking holidays, man. Some fucking turkey, right? Getting together and y'all just praying over abominable food to a fucking idol. So you're destined to receive the evil and the judgment because you did not redeem the time. You did not take advantage of your grace period. So I'm going to just leave it right there. And Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praises and all honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the bishops of Great Millstone, and Shalom.